Hey guys, what's up? It's me, Wolfgang. I made an album. It's called Audio Slop. It's 3.5 hours long. Every single track on it is at least 10 minutes long. Some are 20 minutes, some are 40 minutes. Um, I wanted to talk about it, like I wanted to make a video about it for like more than a week at this point, but I didn't really know how to communicate it and make like a funny way of communicating it, so I decided to just literally just tell you about it. Um yeah, I made an album. I made a solo album. The entire album is just guitar solos. Just 10 plus minute guitar solos. Calling them guitar solos implies that they're like rock music-y, and a lot of them aren't really rocky. They're more like an interesting use of pedals, and I use a bunch of like, I'm trying to like manipulate the pedals and make interesting sounds out of that. It's kind of like a lot of harsh noise, a lot of some shoegaze, some post rock elements in them too. I think it's interesting personally. I think it's a really interesting work, and I really try in that album to talk a little more about like more serious topics than what I normally cover. Like every work of art I make ever is like silly, and it's a bunch of like ooh ha funny random stuff like that. Like quirky ooh. But this album I wanted to get a little bit more serious with it, and talk about things like my depression and my job and my insecurities and things like that, which I've never really talked about before. In fact, this is the first time I've ever even mentioned having a job on this YouTube channel, I'm pretty sure. Um, but yeah, I think the album's cool, and it would really mean a lot to me if you could check it out, because I just kind of dropped it one day, and then it's just been sitting around and nobody's been listening to it because I didn't tell anyone about it. So I'd really appreciate if you could check it out. Here's a couple like snippets from it. You can check it out. And then and then and one more. So it is $5 on Bandcamp to purchase the album. It's not going to be available on YouTube because I, want people to purchase the album. I feel like $5 for 3.5 hours of music is a pretty good deal. And I spent a good $50-ish, maybe a little less, making the album with all the pedals and the guitar parts I had to buy and stuff, and it took me a long time to make the album. It took me a couple months to make the album, so I'd really appreciate it if you could check it out. Obviously the album's not really the highest fidelity thing out there. I mean, I recorded each of the pieces on my phone, and you can often hear my phone vibrating in the middle of the recording because I got a notification on it. So, not the most professional work here, but I do think it says a lot, and it means a lot to me, especially like some of the longer pieces. And I would really appreciate if you could check it out, if you could maybe consider buying it, may chance. I would certainly appreciate that, but if not, that's fine too. Just let me know you checked it out. Let me know your thoughts about it if you listen to it. If you listen to any part of it, really, because I don't expect you to listen to all 3.5 hours of it. But yeah, I just wanted to get this message out there, just tell people about the album, and I didn't know how else to do it, so I'm literally just telling you about the album. Thank you for listening. Please consider checking it out. Thank you. I love you. Bye.